Chandra Carter, don't be trying me talking about I don't think he coming in tonight, Chandra Carter. Okay. Let me give you a little secret. Let me just go ahead and give y'all a little secret. Anytime that you see that the little link is available for y'all to click for me to do the show, that means that I've had to get up at least 30 to 45 minutes before it was time to do the show to create the link. So, real talk, if you really want to know the secret on if we're having a show, the simple fact that if the link is up, that's how you know if I'm up or if I'm alive, if I'm able to do whatever's going on. Hey y'all. Oh my God. It's been a lot going on. Um Y'all, I don't know what type of reverse Korean flu this was that I had, but I don't wish it on nobody. I'm one of those people that I typically don't get sick, like get colds and catch flu and stuff like that. I'm typically not one of those people, but every 3 years or so it happens. And when it does, it puts me on my ass. And this is the worst I've ever had, whatever I've had in 40 years. Today is actually the first day that I've rejoined society. Like I hadn't left my house in almost 2 weeks. I went to the gym for the first time today. And my life, to be honest with y'all, my life is completely discombobulated right now. Like I was telling my trainer, it took everything in me to even come in to the training session today because my sleep schedule is off, my eating is off, my routine is off. Imagine laying in the bed for 2 weeks, everything is gonna be off, and then you up all night watching TV. So my sleep schedule is just jacked. I don't think I've been up overnight. I had stuff to do today. I finally went to sleep today at 3:30, 4 o'clock. And I literally set that alarm clock to wake up 10 minutes before this was time to do this damn show. That's why my eyes are all red and blurry and I'm tired and stuff. But y'all bear with me as I get back in the swing and in the groove of things. I hate that I was up some days, like I would be good in the daytime. I would be good enough to at least do the show. And I knew that, I might be sneezing, coughing, or blowing my nose, but I could do it. And then it would get close to 7:30. And when the sun fell, I would just be on the chills and on the fever again. So I was like, I didn't even have it in me to sit up and come talk to y'all for an hour. But ooh, Shauna Michelle, your messy ass talking about take some Nutriverse. Child, they ain't selling that scam no more, honey. They on to the watermelon T9, what they calling it, candy cleanse, girl. I was supposed to go around Stormy House a couple weeks ago so I could get back active so I can start selling candy cleanse. Don't worry about it. I'll be selling candy cleanse this summer because all you got to do to get rich is tell a woman, any woman, you can give her a magical pill, a potion, or a drink, and she'll lose weight. And that woman will open up her whole pocketbook to y'all. Am I lying or am I lying? A woman, and y'all, you know what? I ain't even well enough to be up here pulling y'all tail. Women, I'm just telling y'all how real talk, how men and how the market views y'all, especially when it comes to weight loss. It is a multi-billion-dollar industry because they know that women, for whatever societal reasons, you know, put a lot of weight on their physical appearance. And they know that if they give y'all a pill, a potion, a prick, a shot, a spray, they will have y'all whole spraying castor oil on y'all thighs, talking about they'll get smaller in 6 weeks, and y'all dumbass about a shit. because y'all would do anything other than eat right and take y'all ass to the gym. And that's just true tea. If y'all really want to get on the line and get the shit started this evening, it's the true tea. Um, some people that some people that um since I've been gone, OJ died. I had decided, y'all, he's so negative towards women. Oh, why are you here, Anetta, if you feel that way? Why are you? We've already been through this, Anetta. We've already been through this. If you're one of those people who feel I hate black women and I'm so negative and I hate women and I hate my mama and I got unresolved issues with my mama, why are you here? It must be something you like, mental illness having bitch. Um, Let me go ahead and move my face from this thing now. Cause I can already see one of y'all bitches pissing me off and me ending the damn live. So let me just go ahead and move the comments. Um, OJ done died, y'all. And we received too many death threats down to the funeral home. So we decided that we was just not gonna do his funeral. Um, it was too many people saying he liked them white people better than he liked us anyway. And to get somebody else to do it. So um that's what we did. We decided that we gonna let OJ go on to glory, with no fume. And that was just in the best interest of everybody's safety. It was in the best interest because some people had got on eBay and said they was gonna buy the Bronco and drive it through the fume and blow up the crowd like Kyle Rittenhouse. And I just could not subject y'all to all of that. Then you got Caitlyn Jenner. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I don't like that Caitlyn Jenner. Now, we all know OJ did the shit. He did it. He did it. He did it. For those of you guys who are younger or don't remember the historical context of what was going on during OJ Simpson time, OJ Simpson happened shortly after the Rodney King riots. Um, Black people were completely upset, up in arms in this country. And in short, you know, white folks, the government, the universe, whoever it was, they knew that they had to give us something to keep us at bay. Not to mention, the LAPD did such a good job themselves of botching the investigation. It lent itself to OJ being acquitted. Um, it's weird though how emotions can cloud your judgment because granted, I was a school age child back then, but feeling like I remember back then feeling like, and no adult around me feeling like he did it. Now, I can't speak for the adults, but I can remember not a single black adult around me would bring their lips to crack jokes or even say, yeah, I know he did it the way we do it now. Everybody was adamant about the fact that he did not do it. They were adamant about the fact. And it's just weird how when emotions subside and things kind of calm down, that people then let the truth come out. I, I wasn't there. I didn't watch nor participate, but we know OJ killed them people. Now, Bruce Jenner, that's a white man in a dress. I will never defend Bruce Jenner. when people go in on Bruce Jenner, I don't give a damn. Bruce Jenner is the only person I know who occupies this earth as a trans woman, but still walks around like a privileged white man. That's one thing about white people, baby. They not gonna let go of their privilege, and they are gonna hold on to escaping accountability. It's almost a prerequisite to be white. And I apologize to my white people that I'm offending that's watching, but some of y'all people got some big problems, especially y'all men. You as a whole faggot in a dress. You as prancing around the world as a geriatric faggot in a dress, and you still get your ass on the news and the internet and sit down and talk to us like you was one of the founding fathers of this country, and like you sitting up there with George Washington or some goddamn body, and you as an elderly ass man playing dress up. It's funny because there never has been a time in my life where I've looked at my trans brothers and sisters and have ever felt like, oh, their lives or mental illness or anything to that effect. But I look at Bruce Jenner and I'm like, bitch, I just see a ball of mental illness. This is just mental. Either who you are now is mental illness, or the institution of whiteness is mental illness. One of them is mental illness, because you cannot be sitting up here, and I'm gonna say it again, as a faggot with a dress on and a horrible honey blonde wig. Y'all know how I feel about blonde, and a horrible honey blonde wig, and carry on the way you do with your thoughts and opinions and attitudes that you have about things. It just don't make sense. Now, in fairness, Nicole Brown Simpson was their friend, okay? And I wouldn't have no compassion for anybody who I felt killed my friend all these years either. So the anger and the upset is definitely understood, but it's just something about Bruce that always rubs me the wrong way. Um, since we're on the subject of sadness and death, we might as well stay here real quick. That situation with the elderly man that shot the 81-year-old black woman with the Uber situation. And he was, charged and found, and he was indicted or found guilty or whatever it was. Pardon me, my brain is still foggy. I pride myself on being one of those black people that the moment I see, oh, she was 60 when he was 81, forgive me. I pride myself on being one of those black people that the moment I see a tense interaction between somebody black and white, that the first thing in my mind is I don't go to, it was a racist encounter. Excuse me, y'all. I pride myself on being one of those people who's like, let me try to look through this situation, not from the lens of race, before I instantly go to race. Um, Not saying that this crime was racially motivated. Just follow me here. Here is what upsets me about this. When I first saw the video without all the context, without all the details, the way my wheels started churning initially was, this is a old man that these people on called and started playing on his damn phone, telling him they needed money, threatening the man that somebody's gonna come pick up the package. Y'all know old people don't be knowing what the hell be going on with the technology, so on and so forth. And then, she shows up to look for said package. His brain is already in a fog, so on and so forth. And then, yes, things definitely get sketchy towards the end because the lady gets back in the car. All right. Now, at the point in which the lady gets back in the car, there's no possible way you can explain away shooting this woman 3 times. Okay. The threat was going, you didn't shoot her when she was standing next to you. You waited until she got in the damn car or whatever, and you shot the lady 3 times. Now, if it was racially motivated or if it wasn't, I'm not here to argue that. And here is why, in this situation, here is why it really doesn't matter to me if it was racially motivated or not. The reason why it does not bother me if it was racially motivated or not is because this white man had lived into 81, been in his house, being his old racist self. This black woman had been living her 61 years doing whatever it is she had going on in life. And it's these MFers playing around on these phones trying to scam people that caused the universe to bring 2 people together that probably would not have crossed paths. Okay. In a way that set off a snowball of events that subsequently ended up with this lady being shot. Okay. The pranksters didn't make the man shoot him. They didn't pull the trigger, but that definitely was a factor. These MFers playing on the phone and had 2 people's lives crossed that probably wouldn't have ever crossed. And so for me, you know, I, we'll probably never find them, but the pranksters and the scammers, in my opinion, are the true bad people here. Now, considering the fact that they indicted the man or charged the man, or whichever one, I think indicted, which help me out in the comments, y'all. He's been found guilty, right? I think he's been found guilty. The fact that they found him guilty, indicted him, or whichever it was, shows that there was enough evidence to substantiate that he didn't have to shoot that woman. So, okay, I'm glad he was charged. Okay. So, I'm glad they figured that piece out, but it's the scammers that need to go to jail. It is the scammers that need to go to jail. And yeah, it's the scammers that need to go to jail. And it's funny because again, when I saw the video and I heard the 911 calls, I heard a demented old man. Okay, I heard a demented old man. I heard an old man who was foggy and again, I'm not trying to make no excuse for him, but I'm just thinking back to my loved ones who are in their 80s. They don't understand the damn world. You know what I'm saying? Somebody called Papa asking for $12,000. Then they get irate and telling that they're going to send somebody over there. And then bam, somebody ends up knocking at your door after you having this experience. It could set off a chain of events where you thinking somebody out to kill you. Okay. That's the only point that I'm making. Um, condolences to the family and moving right along. Um, Real Housewives of Potomac. God, there's so much to unpack there. Who? A lot of people saying I didn't understand going to pick up a package as a Uber. So a lot of people didn't know this. Um, Uber has a feature now. Let's just say, for instance, you left your sunglasses at your homegirl house and you don't want to physically go get them. You can send an Uber to retrieve the package, and the Uber will take the package. So they now operate as couriers as well, for those who didn't know. Real Housewives of Potomac. All right, I'll be the first person to admit that I didn't watch a single episode of this season. I did not watch a single episode of this season. So when it comes to the NECA versus Wendy and the Deborah and this fight thing, I literally have zero idea of what's going on. Here is what I will say, though, about the addition of NECA, despite the fact that I admittedly have not even watched 3 seconds. I have not seen 3 seconds. I don't even know what NECA's voice sounds like. But I will say, just throughout history, Bravo, in my opinion, has sometimes not given newbies a fair shake. They try them out one season, and if they don't land that one season, they hurry up and kick them to the curb. And I'm not saying that's what happened with NECA because I didn't watch it. But I definitely feel like, let's take Married to Medicine, for example. I definitely feel like Janice should still be on this show. Whose ever decision it was to let go Janice and not give Janice another go round, I didn't like the decision. I don't feel like Scott and Contessa should have got the boot. Not at the expense uh of cutting the budget in order to make way for Phaedra, who did absolutely nothing. There is no reason that Audra should not have gotten another go around. Audra should have gotten another go around, especially considering the fact that she was dealing with death. What was it? Death, COVID, pregnancy, all of this at the same doggone time and season. And I liked Audra. I had the opportunity of having dinner with her husband Martin, Dr. Heavenly. Somebody else ate with us at Joe's when they all came down to um um Miami. Audra should have got another go around. If y'all remember, she was the only one, came in. She wasn't scared to go toe to toe with Toya about that house. Audra should have gotten another go around. Now, I will say, of all the shows, Married to Medicine is the worst at not giving people chances. I did not watch Beverly Hills at all, but my spirit tells me that that black girl that they let go on Beverly Hills, she needed to be let go. A. Marie or whatever the hell it is. Because her ass, ooh, I want to tell y'all the truth about Buffy so bad. I want to tell y'all the truth about Buffy so bad. Let me think here. Because let me think who I will be who I will be betraying and how it will impact my life. Give me 30 seconds. It's funny because I'm not so much worried about the friendship in this moment because the information is true. What I'm more so worried about is the secondary fallout, the blogs picking up the information and it just creating an extra shitstorm in somebody's life. And so because of that, and attracting negative attention to somebody's business. So because of that, I'm gonna keep it. Let me just move on. Um, we find out that Candiace is pregnant. First of all, we find out. Let me back up. They fired Robin. Praise the Lord. Now, a lot of y'all don't see this gift for what it is, right? Because Giselle is the target here. Everybody, Giselle this, Giselle that, Giselle get away with this, colorism this, green eyes that. We can argue all of that later. What y'all don't realize is Robin now being gone means moving forward, Giselle has to put up or shut up. She now no longer has that blind allegiance from Robin that allows her to float through that friend group and still have an ally even when she's in the wrong. One thing that I don't quite understand about Robin, and I mean, not Robin, but Giselle and Karen's friendship is that it appears to me that Karen and Giselle do have a certain love and respect for one another, but Karen also do not mind cutting Giselle off at the knees when the time calls for it. So I bring that up to say she's not going to have a blind allegiance from Karen. Karen is a very fair person, in my opinion. There's going to be nobody left there to shield and cover Giselle. Some of y'all are saying she's got Ashley. I don't think Ashley is strong enough. And Ashley has also been at the receiving end of Giselle's witchcraft. What's gonna be funky, what's going to be funky is if the Mias or the Ashleys run up behind Giselle to try to replace Robin. And I was thinking about this commentary when I was in the car going to the gym today, and I could not wait to have it. There is something very unique about Giselle. There's something very unique about Evelyn Lozada. There's something very unique about Kyle Richards. Follow me here. Those three women, and I don't know the reason. It could be colorism, it could be favoritism, it could be tokenism, it could be because they're pretty. I don't know the reason. We can explore it later. Those three women have managed to become the face and simultaneously synonymous with their respective brands and franchises. No matter how you slice it and dice it, Basketball Wives you will always think of Evelyn Lozada. You will always think of Evelyn Lozada when you think of Basketball Wives. And I don't know if she is a network favorite or viewer favorite, but she is. With Giselle, a lot of y'all are in the comments saying pretty privilege. And I'm kind of leaning towards that because when I see these friend groups operate, it takes me back to high school. It takes me back to high school where the kids that didn't have as much social clout ran behind the kids that did have the social clout, and they had no problem being their flunkies just to be in the good graces of the cool kids. A lot of times, that's what I get from these shows. And I'm not saying that colorism does not make an appearance a time or two, but I don't think at all the times it's colorism. I see a lot of y'all in the comments saying, but Giselle's not pretty and Giselle's got 3 necks, so on and so forth. Listen, we can do the whole beauty is in the eye of the beholder thing and beauty is subjective, or we can be honest and just say that Giselle leans more towards the standard of beauty in America than Wendy Osefo. Okay, like which game y'all want to play tonight? Because if y'all want to play the delusional game, I can sit here and play with it. By America's standards, Giselle is pretty, okay? And by America's standards, not only is she pretty, she's very pretty. 3 necks and all. 3 necks and all. By America's standards, Giselle is very pretty. So they tend to get away with stuff. Like I said, Robin being gone is going to make Giselle have to put up or shut up. And we'll really see what Giselle is made of come next season. But see, here's the gag. Here's the gag. Even if Giselle does not put up or shut up, she won't be fired. Not after next season anyway, because she anchors the show. She anchors the show. The same way Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie, and at this point, Dr. Heavenly will not be fired from Married to Medicine. They anchor the show. And y'all hate it. And I agree with y'all. Simone don't bring nothing, and Dr. Jackie is boring as hell. Dr. Jackie will never be on the chopping block. Dr. Jackie will never be on the chopping block. Evelyn Lozada will always have an invitation to come back to Basketball Wives. Candiace being pregnant, congratulations to her. I saw a tweet from Candiace the other day, and I hope this doesn't ignite no mess. But I saw a tweet where they posted a clip from the reunion, and Candiace wrote, "Y'all can have this shit. It's so triggering." And I remember just putting my head down and grinning because I know that mental space that Candiace was in when you look at something that to the outside seems great, and you are just like, it ain't enough money to keep me, and y'all already know what I'm talking about. Y'all can have this shit. I know what that y'all can have this shit level of fed up feels like. Um, Plus, you know, Candiace so fragile and frail. Did we really want a season of her complaining and using pregnancy as an excuse to be mean and not take accountability and to cuss people out and all that? It was time Candiace ass went. Now, here's the other thing that I wanted to bring up. Candiace says something to the effect of, she feels like they showed her fake love when it came to the support that they gave her in the Monique situation. Duh. Duh. Like, I don't even have the energy to call you the types of stupid that I want to call you. And it was so disgusting to me. It was so disgusting. That right there is when I recognized Potomac really had that high school thing going on, because it was so disgusting to me that how when Candiace joined the show, you were the one that the people didn't like and they picked on. But then as soon as Monique came around and you had your falling out with Monique, you jumped at the opportunity to go be friends with the very clique of women who treated you like shit. They disliked you. The only difference is they just disliked Monique even more. Okay. I don't know who makes y'all, some of these adults, that y'all don't be seeing this shit for what it is in real time. And don't be understanding that you better be careful, because once they got rid of Monique's ass, there was nowhere left for them to go except for back to where they been, which was your ass, Candiace. It was a simple no-brainer. It was a no-brainer. Monique was gone, so it was time for them to go back to your ass. They wasn't gonna harp on Wendy too much, because one thing that I've realized that fucks these girls up on these reality TV shows is education. Sometimes the girls with education come on and be snobs, and that's unlikable sometimes when if, somebody's always flaunting their degree and their accomplishments. But the girls with the education are oftentimes able to neutralize the girls who use beauty as currency. And so they were not going to, they were only going to go but so far with bullying Wendy, because Wendy's credentials were going to shut them down. Now, this is what I hate. And I've said this from the beginning. I hate that Monique let them hoes run her off this show. Excuse me. At the last of that reverse Korean flu in me. I hate that Monique let them run her off this show, because that's exactly what they did. They ran her off. Monique saw the unfairness, whether you liked Monique or not. Okay, it her being there was great for the show. Um, you know, Monique could not deal with the unfairness. She, and I'm not speaking out of turn. Monique flat out told me things that happened at the reunion that were completely edited out, edited in Giselle's favor. Um, and those were some of the things that turned her off about returning. Um, Not to mention, as some of y'all say in the comments, there was those cheating rumors or whatever the case may be. I don't know if they were true or not, but she let them folks run her off the show when the whole time she was the one sitting with the real storyline. Catch that tea. Um, and maybe that's what it was. Maybe Monique didn't want to deal with going through what she was going through in life on that damn camera with her husband. I don't know, and it don't matter at this point because the minute your non-compete was up, you went over there to own, which was the dumbest move on Monique Samuel's part, in my opinion. You sat on that sofa in the promo for own for one of those Carlos King shows, and you started throwing shade at Bravo. You know, on that other show, on that other show, you didn't get to see me the way I'm on that other show, and I'm pretty sure as a result of you and your other show comments, that door was closed with you possibly being able to return over to Bravo. And what I'm saying out of my mouth may not even mean shit because who said the damn girl even want to return? I just know that now would have been a great time for her to return to the Real Housewives of Potomac, and it would have been interesting, especially considering that um, the Giselle and the Robin alliance had been broken up or whatever. Somebody wrote in the comments she hates reality TV. No, I don't think that's true. You don't do one show for several seasons because you hate reality TV and then you go try to be the anchor and the lead girl of a whole nother show. That's not somebody who hates reality TV. That's somebody who reality TV didn't go their way. And so, now they're resentful, but that I don't know. Um and somebody said in the comments she already said she doesn't want to return. Um Yeah, me and Carlos King have a thought process. We have a thought process that we share in common, and it is unless you are a Lisa Vanderpump or a Candy Burris or somebody like that who walked into the situation truly self-made, you just don't walk away from Housewives. Now, granted, Monique had Chris, and I don't know what their divorce situation looks like. I don't know how much money she has. She probably secured enough money in the divorce to live good for the rest of her days, and hopefully so. But anyway, enough on Potomac. We're going to move on. This is not as relevant, but I'm going to bring it up because me and James Knox was talking about it today. We was talking about Carlos King, Carlos King shows, and then we were talking about how Malaysia ended up over there on Bad and Bougie. And no shade to OWN and no shade to Carlos. This is not shade to them whatsoever. But you don't walk away from a tried and true successful show on VH1 to go do a season 1 show that you don't know if it will survive or not on WeTV. You just don't. And so then it led us down. I don't care what nobody say. Malaysia walked away from Basketball Wives because Jennifer was about to reveal that her house was going into foreclosure or went into foreclosure. You're not going to be able to convince me that there was any other reason why. That's why Malaysia left Basketball Wives. And I'm sorry, there's just not enough embarrassment that will make me walk away from that type of damn money to go over there and make $2,500 an episode over there with Carlos them on WeTV. Especially considering the fact that your house was about to go in foreclosure. Charlie, I'm talking about Bold and Bougie is on WeTV. Bold and Bougie is on WeTV. Keep up, baby. Bold and Bougie is on WeTV. Somebody saying she said she didn't want to fly back and forth. Yeah, that just don't make sense. I'm not going to take a several multi-$100 pay cut when my house is already going into First, okay, listen, when your house going into foreclosure, that means you got money problems for the most part. There are few exceptions to the rule. When your house is going into foreclosure, you have money problems. What do you mean you didn't want to fly back and forth? When baby, that ain't an option your ass can afford to make when your house is in foreclosure. Somebody talking about she's an executive producer, Q. Y'all kill me when y'all start getting into this executive producer shit. Regardless of what she is over there at WeTV, okay? Regardless of what she is, and we gonna move on. There is not a single person on this planet that is going to tell me right now that Malaysia Pargo is over there making with executive producer credit, with lunch lady credit, with janitorial credit, with driveway paver credit, with roofing paver credit, with catering credit. You are not going to tell me she's sitting over there making the same amount of damn money she was making over there on Basketball Wives. And that's where this conversation is going to end. Okay. Yeah, she went over there and thought she was going to be Shawnee. And I know Goshay personally. Goshay is my friend. Like my friend, and not my TV friend. I know Goshay since before TV. And I want anything that my friends are on to be successful, but wasn't nobody over there watching that shit. Okay. Don't nobody care about Tamika Foster in relationship with Goshay and Malaysia and Crystal. No shade. It honestly, in my opinion, Bold and Bougie completely lacked creativity and was lazy producing at its finest. It was like, let me take some people who got a name, plug them into the current formula, which is 5 girls that own a Chanel bag and red bottoms, and turn the cameras on. We so overseeing that. We are so overseeing that. Don't nobody want to see that shit. Don't nobody want to see that damn shit. Let me see what else y'all wanted me to talk about. Because I ain't even have no time to get no agenda together. I was up in here trying to catch up on my sleep, and it's funny because even in doing tonight's show, I just realized I'm not as well as I thought I was. Um, I know what I want to talk about. Them black people in Atlanta down to that IRS office. There is just something that vexed my spirit. There's just something that vexed my spirit about them black folks down there at the IRS office. Um, and the representation that we got on TV. And I think the thing that bothers me the most, it is nasty work. It is nasty work on so many levels for you to be a journalist and you go find the one cockeyed, overweight, sweaty, bald headed black person that's missing a leg who calls their money onions. There was like 90,000 people out there. There was 90,000 people out there. Oh, they said the lady in the wheelchair was in Houston. Houston, Atlanta, same difference. It was 90,000 people out there. And somehow or another, you had the field producer go walk over to her and say, I think she'd be a good one. That's nasty work. And you know, it makes me wonder, like, is that subtle racism? Like, did you do it on purpose? Because I'm sure that there was one piece of secretarial fish in the audience. There was one piece of school teacher fish in the audience. There was one piece of front desk assistants fish in the office, in the line, that could have spoke to the world with a little more dignity and respect. Why did y'all do that to us? White media, in this moment, I surrender. I surrender. Y'all have won. You have completely defeated me. You have deflated my sails. You win. You you win. And I bring this up, y'all, because I laid in the bed and I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. And I know that we say out of our mouths, I know that we say in 2024, black people are not a monolith and one person doesn't represent all of us. I know we say that, but is it really the truth? because why did I feel what I felt? And I felt it from a visceral place. I wasn't thinking, I just felt it. And it was deep. It was a deep, painful embarrassment. It was a very deep, painful embarrassment. Coupled, not to mention, y'all, that I was already, if I'm being honest, I was already embarrassed by the fact that the undercover narrative was, look at all these broke N words in front of the IRS in line waiting for their scraps. Okay? Let's not get it twisted. Let's not act like that's not what the visuals were giving. Okay? The visuals were very much giving, look at all these broke N words, these destitute, poor, begging, handout needing Negroes in line outside of the IRS, right? And because there's already this social class division that people who actually make money don't get returns, right? They end up owing taxes. We're not going to pretend like that's not a flex that people try to throw around out there to make other people feel low. Oh, baby, I don't get a return, honey. Me and my husband, we have to write a check every year. Oh, I wish I got a return. You know what I'm saying? So it already is a thing when you get a return. And I'm not trying to offend nobody. It's already a stigma around getting a return. And then y'all go out and get this lady in the wheelchair. It was just too much for me. White media, y'all won that day. And the thing that's unfortunate about it is, you mean to tell me there wasn't a single white person that needed to verify their identity in order to get their return? They outnumber our asses. They outnumber our asses. Now, granted, it's not far-fetched that if you are in Houston or Atlanta and you go anywhere, that the overwhelming majority of people are going to be Black. Like, it's just not far-fetched in those cities. DC is another one. But god damn, it wasn't a single white person. It wasn't a single Spanish person, or at least if it was, they didn't pan the camera long enough for us to see. So the lady in the wheelchair broke me this week, y'all. On top of me already um being sick. Gerard Carmichael. Um I officially don't like Gerard Carmichael. I loved the Carmichael show. I thought it was brilliant. And I am one of those, I'm one of those quirky Black boys that I can appreciate other Black people who dabble in a comedy style that many of us would consider white, right? Like, Gerard Carmichael is not one of our Black comic cultural icons. You know, he resonates more on the white people scene, but I liked him and I liked the show. I didn't see the documentary because I never thought that Gerard Carmichael was big enough or interesting enough to even have a documentary. Okay. But that's because, again, I dabble in Black people media and he really doesn't resonate with Black audiences. That's probably why I didn't realize he was large enough to have a documentary. And I'm still being very nice here because I still don't think Gerard Carmichael was relevant enough to be having a documentary. But I'm not the person at the networks that green light shows. That's not my job. I did not see or hear about the cringe-worthy racial joke until his Breakfast Club interview. What I did not like that Gerard did that made me say, I don't like you no more. He got up there and he passionately was coming at Charlemagne on some like, I thought we were friends type stuff. And I really didn't appreciate when you did. And I'm sitting here like, whoa, like, like, what did Charlemagne do that's got this boy coming at him like this? And then, Gerard Carmichael was going on to say that the joke was taken out of context. And I went back and watched the clip, and there was nothing to take out of context. There was nothing to take out of context. In short, the joke was just cringy as fuck. It was cringy as fuck, and people cringed. And what I didn't like about Gerard is just, instead of just saying, damn, the joke just didn't land, and just saying, y'all, I got this one wrong, the joke didn't land, you want to stand there and gaslight the shit out of people and be the victim. And that's honestly what made me not like him, because I'm like, um, you giving me that you've been around white people so long that you starting to operate like them. That's what I felt. And that's when I got turned off by him. It was like, you don't even realize you a whole Negro. And escaping accountability is just not something that this world is going to grant you the luxury of doing. And the fact that you are so delusional in this moment to think that can't none of us see that joke. Your white boyfriend teaches you how to read and elevates your reading, and it's something like the master teaching the slave. It wasn't funny to who, Gerard? Funny to who? And this is what happens sometimes when Black people don't stay in their spaces long enough, that you begin thinking and navigating the world like white people, and then you start crafting your art around things that would make them laugh. There's not a single Black person that would have thought that shit was funny had you said that in front of your group of friends. Had you previewed that joke in front of your group of Kappa friends, your group of Omega Psi Phi friends, your Alpha Phi Alpha friends, your AKA friends, your Delta friends, there wasn't a single person that would have been like, "Ooh, that's good, keep it." It just simply wasn't funny. And you know, I'll be the first person to admit I have learned the hard way through the Blue Ivy debacle that I experienced, through the Chloe Bailey situation in the media that I experienced. We as comedians, as people, as personalities, whatever you want to call us respectively, Sometimes we get in a rhythm, we get in a flow, and we say things, and sometimes we take things too far, and sometimes the shit just ain't funny, it don't land, and you have to retract the shit. And Gerard, this was one of those that you should have just retracted. You should have just ate it, especially coming on a black media platform. You should have retracted it and been there apologizing to your people, not trying to and then Charlemagne cleared his ass when he said, you're from North Carolina, which has some of the first anti-literacy laws for black people or something to that effect, so you know better. Um, let's move on. I guess we just gonna sit here and talk, all 9,355 of us. We just gonna sit here and talk, y'all, since I'm here, shy. I ain't talked to y'all in so long. Let's just get comfortable and get it all out. Honey Boo Boo Mama. Honey Boo Boo Mama been all in the media and in the press. So I didn't even know that Honey Boo Boo them had another type of show, a documentary, a docu-follow going on. All I know is every time I open up my Instagram, they in there arguing about some Dancing with the Stars money, the girl going to college, so on and so forth. While we can sit here and harp on Honey Boo Boo Mama spending up her money, I don't think that Honey Boo Boo Mama is the real problem. I think that the Coogan law is the real problem. I forgot who Coogan's first name was, but he was the guy that played in the Addams Family as the little brother, the black and white series. His parents spent up all his money, and as a result of it, the Coogan law was created, where the parents have to put, by law, 20% of the children money in the account. For me, that's the problem. That's not a law that protects the children. That is not a law. That is not a having to put up 20% of the money. The IRS takes even more than y'all require the parents to save on behalf of the children. 20% is not enough. Honestly and truthfully, the number, in my honest opinion, should be 75% after fees. And when I say after fees, I mean after agent, manager, publicist, yada, 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 after fees and taxes, 75% of what's left needs to be saved. But I know that that is a bit aggressive. So, and I know that as much as we would like to think that we would not spend up our children's money, I do think more people than not, especially if you're working class, I think if you're working class and your child becomes Olivia on the Cosby Show and your child is now making hundreds of thousands of dollars, I think it's a little far-fetched to believe that mama's still gonna drive her old beat up Honda and daddy gonna still drive his old F-150, and we still gonna stay in the house with the broke screen door, and little Olivia got $2 million in the bank, right? So I do think 50% is enough, where the child becomes grown and doesn't feel completely taken advantage of, and the family get to live good. Um, but my true thought is that no child should be supporting a family, right? Like, I honestly don't believe a mama, a daddy, two brothers and sisters should be sitting up in a multi-million dollar house, and it's simply because little JJ here is a star on a Nickelodeon show. However, I also live in the real world, and I understand psychologically that when people have been deprived of things for a very long time and now they got a pot of money that they can dip in, they're going to dip into that pot of money. Excuse me. And I also think it's foolish to believe that um it's foolish to believe that folks just gonna sit up on little JJ having $2 million in the account and still be living regular degular. It's just foolish to believe that. But they need to at least put 50% of them people some money up. I'm not excusing Mama June, but she spent $500,000 on crack and on other type of stuff, and once them drugs got her mind, you know, oh, you know, oh, they say Georgia's not a Coogan. Georgia isn't a Coogan state. Even worse. Even worse. Let me see what else going on. Uh Let me see what else y'all said y'all wanted to talk about. Somebody said Shell gambled away the money and couldn't get my address. We already did that. Let me see. They say Jaguar right on Claudia Jordan. I saw y'all put that in there. I have not seen that, so I don't know quite what's going on with that. Somebody in the comments say Justin Bieber look bad. Um, Listen, y'all. News flash. Me and my trainer was just talking about this today. Most people, um, who are presented to us after having a professional team of people behind them, get them dressed and cut their hair and stuff. When they show up as a regular person, most of them look bad, y'all. So I ain't gonna say Justin. They say Justin like he been through some things. Y'all think Justin back out there partying? I thought he had gave his life to the Lord and got that white wife and living out there. I don't think he was hanging out with Chris Brown no more. Um Shade to Chris Brown. Let me see what else you gonna talk about. Y'all said stay out them nasty strip clubs. Carla ass got me. Okay. And she got me for my money twice because she got the money that she took, and then now she got the money that I missed out on for 2 weeks. Um, old child, they say the other conjoined twin got a man now. Old child, that's too much swapping the fluids. I got to confirm that story before we get to talking about that. Did somebody say Tyler Perry and the girl from Sisters? I don't know what's going on with that. I will. Oh, I know one thing I will bring up that I didn't like. I didn't like. This happened while we were sick, and even though it only lasted for one day, I didn't like when the city girls was fighting y'all, and they was fighting in public. I ain't like that. I ain't like when they was going back and forth with each other. on the Instagram. I didn't like that one bit. I think deep down inside, all of us, at least those of us who are mature, I think all of us could kind of tell that, you know, there were some things going on between them or whatever, because we could see it. Y'all let me break the city girls down for y'all really quickly. I want all of y'all to go back to your purest 20-year-old self. Go back to college, go back to just graduating high school. You and one of your closest friends, y'all go into a venture. You really didn't even want to take this venture serious, meaning Carisha. And then, out of nowhere, for whatever reason, one person out of the group blows up a little more. Oh, Josh Marie said I already talked about this. But I'll make it quick then, Josh. One person out of the group blows up a little quickly than the other. It's going to cause issues between young people. It just is. It's inevitable. Envy's going to creep in. Oh, she thinks she all that. She changing. Those are the types of things that are just going to creep in when you're 20 something. It's just the way the world works. Y'all keep saying talk about Ashanti and Nelly. What do y'all want me to say about that old geriatric ass relationship? She on stage performing at the old school affordable concerts for $25. He not on stage at all, and she pregnant wearing jersey dresses. I don't know what's left to say. They said Glorilla got a DUI. Glorilla look like she always drunk. The bitch says music. I don't expect more from Glorilla, even though I like Glorilla. I like Glorilla a lot. As a matter of fact, of all the young girls, I actually like Glorilla the most. I actually like Glorilla the most, or whatever. We not finna nail Glorilla to the cross. She ain't had no alcoholic problems. We gonna give Glorilla her one. We gonna give Glorilla her one. Glorilla ain't been problematic. She don't bother nobody. We gonna give her one. You know that one that we like to give everybody and say, oh, get them some grace. They're young. We gonna give Glow her one. Glow one was this DUI. Glow gonna be good. Glow, get you a Glow just young having fun. Like honestly and truthfully, of all the young girls, um, of all the young girls, Glow, despite the fact that I didn't grow up in the ghetto and all like that, Glorilla is the one that most resembles me when I was in my 20s. Just young and optimistic and just bubbly and just thought the world was my oyster. I think that's why I like Glorilla so much. Like Glorilla's not negative. She shows up as her authentic self. Um, she just cool. She mind her business. I mean, her and JT got going on whatever they got going on, whatever it is. But I like Glorilla. Now that name is ugly as all hell. When she came out, I was like, oh my God, this name is so ugly. A gorilla is such a masculine animal. Why would any woman with an ounce of estrogen want to be compared to a damn gorilla or whatever? Why would you even now you honestly and truthfully, since y'all got me up here rambling, all 9,805 of y'all, and I appreciate y'all for being here. Do y'all know who name should be Glorilla? Scarlip. Scarlip is who name should be Glorilla. And I'm going to need y'all to help me out here because I have not unpacked it yet. And I'm sure there are a few people out here that's going to say, you know, because Scarlip is dark skinned, that it's a factor. Let me preface by saying, y'all know me, never tear nobody down without extending a hand to lift them up. Let me preface by saying, I am proud of any young person. I can't believe I'm about to say this, even Sexy Red, that is able to accomplish what some of these young people have been able to accomplish at such a young age. But baby, I can't get into that Scarlip. That Scarlip scare me. She scare me when I'm in the car and she come on my radio. I be thinking somebody finna beat me up in my back seat. I be about to run my car off the road. Scarlip scare me. She scare me. I don't know what style of rap that is, but the shit scares me. Okay? It scares me. I be in front of my TV feeling like, why do I feel like I'm about to get beat up and I'm the only person home? I am in the safety of my home. Why do I feel like I'm about to get beat up? Every time I come into the presence of Scarlip, I feel like I'm about to get beat up. What is that? Y'all help me unpack it. Is it colorism? Is it unconscious bias? Is it I don't like New York people? I don't know what it is, but that girl scares me. That rap scare me. And you know, I'll never go out of my way and be like, I don't want nobody to be successful, because that's not, but I don't want no radio universe full of Scarlips. Baby, I think I have to take a whole Sam Goody full of Sexy Reds before I take a Best Buy full of Scarlips, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna have to bend that ass over and let that coochie breathe. All up and down the UK. The UK, they say she from the Bronx. BK, stand up. No, BK, sit y'all ass the fuck down, honey. As a matter of fact, let me stop talking to Bronx or Brooklyn, which Bronx people like that, because y'all scare me. If the Bronx make y'all women's that goddamn aggressive, y'all can have it. It's not a great place to live. The real estate has to be cheap in the Bronx. The Bronx has to be, if it make y'all women that masculine, the real estate has to be cheap. It can't be a desirable place. The Bronx simply just can't be a desirable place to live. Black love does not exist. If y'all telling me in the Bronx that Scarlip is just an everyday round the way thing, then y'all can have it. Now, somebody put in the comments, leave Scarlett alone. She went through a lot of trauma. I'm not coming at her directly per se. I said, you know, just don't beat me up, Scarlett. Just don't beat me up. Shout out to the 9,859 people that's still rocking with us an hour and 24 minutes into this situation. Let's see what else we talking. What else we need to get off the line since we here. Bambi doing that interview with Carlos King. I thought that interview made Bambi look like a bird. I thought that interview made Bambi look like a bird. Oh, you know what? Let me get Bambi and I get on Sierra real quick. I thought that interview made Bambi look like a bird. There's just no way in hell. The way my maturity set up, the way my stress threshold is set up, there's just no way in hell at this point I would even be doing interviews anymore about Scrappy or his damn mama. That's number one. Um, but I guess there's an argument to be made that Scrappy is her entire existence when it comes to being on VH1, so on and so forth. And maybe she's just sticking to the script. Now let's talk about how Sierra ass almost damn died getting that tattoo. I wanted to call the tattoo an ugly ass tattoo, but I'm learning to take the word ugly out of my vocabulary, for beauty is truly in the eye of the beholder. Um it's not my place to judge. People like the things they like. Me personally, I don't like women with those big thigh to ankle tattoos. I personally don't. I don't find them attractive. Um, that's just my personal preference, and I'm not suggesting that anything is wrong with them. I just don't personally find them attractive. Um, it was beyond obvious that you put your body through too much trauma for one day. The second thing about it is, and I'm not being funny, anybody who was brown skinned, anybody who was brown skinned to dark skin that has gotten a tattoo knows that over time you realize you wasted your damn money because for whatever reason they don't show up on our ass after a couple years. I have four tattoos. And to be honest, they look like shit stains on my body. They look like shit stains on my body. The panther on my arm, you can't even tell what it is anymore. And it's simply because I'm darker skinned. You can't even half tell what this damn shit is any damn more climbing up my damn arm. You can't. You can't. And so you don't went and got all this shit on your leg that's in 3 years gonna look like a big ass birthmark. It's gonna look like a big ass birthmark, or somebody say, "Ooh, Q, you're projecting." No, I'm not projecting, bitch. I'm telling the truth, bitch. I'm black and look at this shit. What the hell am I projecting? The only thing I'm projecting is the image onto y'all damn screen. This is what her leg gonna look like in a couple years. Look at this shit stain on my arm. And baby, y'all couldn't tell me I wasn't hot shit, baby. When I got my this ain't even a tiger, my bad. It's a leopard. Baby, when I went down to Florida State University, I got this leopard on my arm. Baby, y'all couldn't tell me I wasn't hot shit, baby. I was hot shit. Baby, I was real skinny back then. Baby, I kept an old t-shirt on. Like, you couldn't tell me I wasn't big shit, baby. With my leopard. And I don't have fake confidence, baby. My leopard was the T. My leopard was the T. And now it's giving Diet Pepsi. Flat Diet Pepsi. This what this girl leg gonna look like in a couple years. So I don't even understand why you would almost die just for your leg to look like to look like somebody threw tar on your ass. It's gonna look like this leopard on my arm. I hate to tell you, Sierra. Shouts out to the 10,000 people that's in here. Hey, y'all. We just gonna sit in here and talk shit since we in here talking. And y'all in the comments laughing. All my titty tattoo girls, make some noise. Y'all know them cherries ain't aged well. Don't nobody want them cherries, them Candiace cherries. Y'all know them paw prints ain't aged well. Where all my thigh meat tattoo girls at? Y'all know them thigh meat and them titty tattoos just ain't aged well. Y'all know they didn't. Y'all know y'all big fat ass regret them shits on y'all body. Especially them damn cherries. I bet you it's about 300 people on the line that got them cherries on their titties. And them damn roses. Them roses. It's them roses, child. I don't know what the hell was going on with black culture. With black culture, baby. We was on them roses, them panthers, and them cherries, bitch. That's how I know if you black like this or black like this. If you got them roses, them panthers, or them cherries. Or the name in cursive across that titty, baby. Y'all know them titty tattoos. Y'all be sitting up here wanting to be getting offended. It's a bitch in the room right now, adjusting her shirt, feeling real seen. It's a bitch feeling real seen right now. Okay. About them damn tattoos. Y'all know them tattoos ain't aged well. And Sierra almost damn died. Oh, girl, letting they ass put a damn trip advisor pamphlet on her leg. Excuse me. I want to give a special shout out to my friend Larnett Glenn, Skin MIA. I'm looking dusty and rusty right now. So when I get back from Tampa this weekend, I definitely need to come lay on your table, Larnett. But y'all don't forget to go to Instagram, Skin MIA. And that's skin with two N's. SKINNMIA. Whenever y'all come to Miami, y'all know people in Miami. I've had so many people I didn't even know y'all was doing this until she told me. I had so many people who would just come to Miami on vacation, and she would be like, Q, one of your people came in my place. It was like, what do you mean one of your people? She's like, I always ask people how they found me. And she was like, I found you through Funky Dineva. I was in Miami on vacation, and me and my husband wanted to come get facials or whatever. So shouts out to y'all Funky Bunch for supporting my people. But I also put that out there to let y'all know, a lot of times when I promote people, I love the fact that when y'all come to Miami, I have had so many people say, Funky Dineva, I came to Miami and I just scrolled through your Instagram so I could know where to go eat. And I wish that Miami was more like Atlanta, where I knew a lot of restaurant and lounge owners that the money could be going to people that look like me. Unfortunately, Miami is not Atlanta nor Houston. So a lot of the places that I go and subsequently that y'all go eat following behind me end up being people of other communities, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, shouts out to Skin MIA. Y'all go check her out. Check her out. There it is right there. I'm gonna keep it up on the screen for a little bit. Y'all go to Instagram and be sure to check her out. Let me see. What else we talk about? We might as well go to 10, child. I might as well just sit here for another 30 damn minutes. I'm trying to think. Y'all help me out. What else? What else out there? White man decapitated black woman after a date. Oh, I didn't see that one. Um, I didn't see that one. Somebody said Al Reynolds did a shady video about Dr. Heavenly. I didn't see that either, but I will actually call Al after this. See what Al is doing. He's trying to get traffic and stuff to his new YouTube page, which I understand, but going down that route with Dr. Heavenly, in my opinion, is not smart because she gonna latch on to his ass and not let go. And I don't think Al is cut out for that. A lot of people said the Carol City Festival, y'all. I hate that I was sick. So the Carol City Festival, for those of y'all, I went to Miami Carol City Senior High School, and we have a park next to our school, which was Carol City Park. And what started out as, alumni from multiple classes saying, each class gonna get a tent, and each class going to get a tent and get a cooler and put a DJ. We're gonna have a reunion picnic. What started out as something, small and down home has morphed into like this ultra successful mini Coachella, mini, whatever. Classes dating back to the 70s and the 80s are there. I mean, they had JT performing, Ball Greasy. They had just huge, acts. It was just a sea of people out there. So I'm really proud. And I know this is a national news and it's not relevant to 90% of y'all watching this, but I'm just really proud of where I come from, my high school, all of the alumni who made this thing possible. It's been a very huge, successful event that's only getting larger and larger and larger over the years. So definitely shouts out to everybody from Carol City that's in the room, everybody that was in the picnic, and everybody who made that event and continues to make that event successful. They say the boy that slapped the F out of his teacher. I ain't seen that either, y'all. I'm still trying to catch up. I think that's about it, y'all. I'm starting to get hungry too. Oh, Portia ass won't leave Simon house. Portia love parking her pussy in other people's places. She parked it down in Fallon. She parked it down in Fallon jacuzzi, and now, oh, y'all don't got me back started, child. Now we about finna sit up here till 11 o'clock, child. Because I forgot Atlanta got their shit going on. Portia, a lot of y'all are, first of all, Simon got a big old vagina. He got a big old African Congolese coochie, okay? Because Simon feed more stuff to the blogs and stay on the blogs more than any man I know. He got a big old coochie, and it probably got a lot of hair on it and smell like patchouli. Or didn't Juliana Rancic get in trouble for saying Zendaya look like she smell like patchouli? Or, well, I'm black, I get to say that. I get to say that about other black people. Simon got a big old African Congolese cat that look like it smell like patchouli and jollof rice. He stay in the blogs. But it's very simple, y'all. When you going through a divorce, the person that, when you, I don't know all the technical terms, I ain't never been married, but you don't want to leave the house because it shows that, you don't need it, that you have a place to stay. You've got other means of survival and living, and it's considered abandoning the marital home, and it'll make the court lean in the favor of the person that stayed. So it's not about Portia, wanting to be there because it's a nicer environment or whatever the case may be. It's literally a legal strategy that a lot of people in her situation take. I don't know if y'all watched the Real Housewives of Miami when Lisa Hochstein was getting ready to go through her divorce, and all the ladies ran to her defense and they were telling her exactly what to do in order to get the maximum amount of money that she could out of her man. And the first thing they told her was, no matter what, do not leave that house. They were like, do not leave that house. So, they bought that house from my understanding while they were engaged or shortly after they got married, whatever the case may be. And she may be able to get part of it. And if I'm leaving his ass, and it's over, don't be no dumb bitch and leave with nothing. You try to leave with as much as you can. Now, it's got to be awkward as hell being in a house with somebody. I mean, if I was her, I probably would just stay out every day and come home every 2 days and go to sleep. It's got to be awkward as hell for both of them being in the same damn house together. But that's the way it goes when you marry for the reasons that them two got married. Who even on the show this season? So far, we got Kenya and Portia. Who else even left over there, child? Bravo, y'all might want to slow down because y'all making too many changes too fast across all the damn shows. There's gonna be too much change too fast, and y'all gonna lose the stronghold that y'all have on reality TV if y'all take people through too many changes too soon. I don't care what y'all say. They need to bring Kim Zolciak back. I don't care what y'all say. They need to bring Kim Zolciak back. Baby, I enjoy that trailer trash saga that we see on TMZ between her and Croy. I enjoy every ounce of it, bitch. I want a front row seat. I want a front row seat. Somebody said, the rain over there in Dubai. Child, y'all don't took all that renter pussy. Y'all don't took all that renter pussy over there, all that funky ass renter pussy, and the fumes from that shit, it started global chaos. The fumes from all that renter pussy don't started global chaos over there, just don't tow up them people whole environment and their whole weather pattern and don't flood it, done flooded at the whole Dubai. The OnlyFans girls, the Instagram girls done took all that funky coochie over there and flooded, got the whole Dubai flooded. Y'all know them people is very religious over there. And them people prayed to Allah, and Allah said he gonna make it rain for 40 days and 40 nights again in order to cleanse that nasty motherfucker. Okay? They talking about cloud seeding. No, that ain't cloud seeding. I know funky box when I know the effects of funky box when I see it. That's all that concentrated funky box in one location at the same damn time that done went over there and fucked up them people ecosystem. They said religious hypocrites that like pussy, but they ain't never flew me out. And now that you need Noah's Ark to navigate Dubai, I'm here to let y'all know they can have it. I'm going back to the thought place number 2, which is Tulum. Okay. When I tell you y'all Negroes mudded Tulum out, when y'all listen, I normally don't get on the low self-esteem trend. I normally don't get on the let me do what everybody on Instagram doing because I got low self-esteem and I want to be the it girl. I normally am not that person. I'm actually more times than not, I'm anti that person. But baby, y'all had me feeling left out with that Tulum, bitch. When I got the opportunity to go to Tulum, I had to go see what the hell. I had to go see what all the hell was going on over there in Tulum. When Spanish Fish from the bar gave me the opportunity to go to Tulum, I said, bitch, well, Quad them was over there and Sheree them was over there, bitch. I need to go to Tulum. I want to see what it was all about. I sure did. And I went to, I sure did. Y'all got to admit, though, that's the only Instagram thing I've ever done. That's the only Instagram thing I've done. Now, well, I used to be showing y'all my shit that I be buying. I don't even be buying shit no more. But that's the only Instagram thing that I did was ran over to Tulum real quick. Whatever. What goes down in Tulum? Tulum was fun. It was beautiful. But believe it or not, if you want the true tea, after getting to Tulum, it was like, oh girl, y'all could have kept this shit. S. Rumi said, what's your beef with Armand? I don't have no beef with Armand. I actually endorsed Armand publicly and privately. So I don't know what that question is, where that's coming from. And don't start that shit. When I got over to Tulum, y'all, I actually was a little bit scared because y'all can go back and look at, just type in Funky Dineva Tulum. I did a whole vlog about it. I had fun, but it wasn't all that. It wasn't what the social media hype was giving or whatever. Excuse me. It was nice. It was Caribbean, but it wasn't giving. It wasn't giving what it needed to give. And you're right, whoever that said, Fly Girl said COVID expanded Tulum. COVID was one of the few, Tulum was one of the few places that was open during COVID, that caused Tulum to flux. I'm finna get ready to get out of here, but I'm gonna say one thing. Yes, y'all actually do go back and watch my Tulum vlog. It really was a really good vlog. Speaking of COVID, and this is the last thing that I'm going to address, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. We are still seeing the economic and political and the health ramifications of COVID. And somebody wrote something on Instagram the other day that stuck with me. And they said it was in reference to just how expensive real estate has gotten in Miami. And somebody wrote, well, y'all need to thank y'all governor for leaving y'all state open. And everybody from New York and California wanted to flock their ass to Miami with their New York and California salaries, which are substantially higher than Miami salaries. Thanks to y'all governor for leaving y'all city open, y'all state open. Everybody wanted to flock there and it drove up y'all real estate. And I was like, you know what? I hadn't thought things through to that degree, but that actually was a major factor. I remember everybody kept complaining about properties, all the New Yorkers and the Californians, were flocking here with their expensive ass salaries. It created a housing shortage here in Florida. And while everybody was praising him for, being anti-mask and make America great and we following Trump and COVID is not real, Ron DeSantis was even quoted telling kids to take their mask off, stop it with the COVID theater. As a result of you making the city attractive to people from New York and California to come here, now people who live here can't afford to live here. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't know if I've shared this with y'all before. I think I have briefly. I am contemplating moving back to Atlanta. I'm contemplating either moving back to Atlanta, or if not moving back to Atlanta, moving to Houston. Um, they are very strong considerations, very strong considerations, um, because of the cost of living here in Miami. The only thing that keeps me is, when I walk outside and I see the water and the beautiful trees and I see the yachts passing by, I have these moments of, Q, you can't get this nowhere else. You can't get this nowhere else. And I begin to tell myself, this is what you're paying for. Um, but Miami is just, it's just, despite the fact, and this is not a flex, that I can comfortably afford to live here. It's just like, why? Huntsville people, I forgot to tell y'all, May 26th, I'll be in Huntsville. I'm bringing the second iteration of Down to the Bar, the R&B day party, to Huntsville. May 26th, I will be in Huntsville. Down to the Black with Wanda, Miss Wanda. Y'all know we love Miss Wanda. I already called Miss Wanda. We having a day party. The tickets have not gone on sale yet, but Huntsville put everybody on alert that the doll will be there on May 26th. If you go on my Instagram right now, you can see the flyer. It's pinned to the top of my page with the save the date. Let me go ahead and also reveal this, since we've sealed the deal on this as well. I will be doing a huge New Orleans version of Down to the Bar, the R&B day party, during the Essence Festival. So Funky Dineva will be at Essence this year, doing a huge day party on that Saturday of Essence or whatever. So for those of y'all who live in New Orleans or who is planning to come to New Orleans for Essence, be sure to leave some time for me. And then we are still in the planning phases, but my spirit just tells me that Houston is going to be the next city for Down to the Bar. A lot of y'all in the comments have been saying, how come you haven't done Miami? How come you haven't done Miami yet? And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It has been my experience, both when I lived in Atlanta and now living in Miami. For some reason or another, when you live in a place, people don't come out and support. It's very weird, right? And I'm not complaining like, oh, people don't support me, boo hoo hoo. There's just this weird dichotomy that exists between artists and local people. Like, I have been in Miami for 7 years and I have never gotten booked. I've been back home for 7 years and I have never been booked. I'm lying. The city of Miami Gardens has booked me a couple times to host, galas and things of that sort. But it's like, people know I'm in the city, and it's just, I just think it's one of those things where when you just have such access to people, they don't kind of view you as a star or view you as worth coming out, because they're like, oh, I can run into him in the mall. So, or I know where he be at on the weekends. So why am I going to pay $50 to come to a party? You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of how people are when you live in a place. The same held true for when I lived in Atlanta. So I'm gonna be honest with you, South Florida. I'm not super excited about the idea of throwing a party and then don't nobody come. But I do see a lot of people asking, and maybe I just need to give in to the demand, and maybe I just need to get a smaller venue. You know what? Maybe I'll call Ruthie over at Lorna's, and we could do something in Miami Gardens at Lorna's, or do something nice like in Fort Lauderdale at one of the nice black establishments or whatever. And that way, if only 20 people show up, it still looks intimate and we still had a good time. Or I was also playing with the idea of, when I start going to these cities for these day parties, and I want y'all thoughts on this. When I start going to these cities with these day parties, I was thinking about doing the party experience and then like the next day, or for another price, obviously a much higher price, maybe like 10 people, kind of how Darius Cooks does the dining with Darius thing. It's an intimate environment or whatever. I was thinking maybe just like a nice Airbnb and like 10 people, only offer like 10 slots, and we just get to kick it and shoot the shit in the living room all day at the Airbnb and eat, or whatever the case may be. I don't know. I'm still thinking that one through. But that's that on that. Anyway, y'all, listen. I'm gonna toot my own horn for a little bit. I'm going to toot my own horn. People don't truly appreciate or understand what it takes to hold 10,000 people for 2 hours. And motherfuckers be wanting to act like I'm not that girl. And MFers didn't want to see me when they had me under contract. But individually, alone, by myself, red eyes, runny nose, dusty skin, is able to hold down 10,000 people. It fluttered between 9 and 10,000 for 2 hours. Give me my things. Give me my things. I just came to collect my things. That's all. I don't want this person things. I don't want that person things. I don't want what don't belong to me. I just want my things. Just give me my things. Just give me my things. That's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for. Just give me my things. Because it takes, these television shows can't even hold people attention. I also recognize that it would be no me without y'all, and that it is a symbiotic relationship, and that we love each other. I love the fact that y'all love me enough to even sit here and listen to me talk for 2 damn hours. So do not think that while I was gone, I wasn't thinking about y'all, because I was. And y'all see, I need y'all too. I like talking. We just sat up here and just talk like grandma and her sister y'all want to go for another hour. Y'all just want to sit up here and talk. Y'all don't like y'all kids. Y'all don't like that job. Y'all don't like that husband. Y'all just want to sit up here and talk. Nah, my throat starting to hurt now, child. Now we got to go to bed now, child. We got to go to bed, girl. Talking about another hour, girl. We not going no one more hour. I'm already surprised. Y'all don't hear my stomach growling. Anyway, y'all, I love y'all. We had a good time tonight. And I will see y'all tomorrow. And hopefully, as the days progress, I'll start looking better and my skin will start coming back and I won't be looking like a dusty crackhead. And I have more energy for laughs as we get this train back on the tracks. I love y'all. And y'all know I'm broke. I ain't worked in over 2 weeks. So the Cash App collection plate is down there. You know, please, I ain't got no money since I got fired. Um, since I got fired, I ain't got no money. So can y'all please give me some or whatever? You know, I don't mind internet panhandling since I got fired. And I'll call y'all later. Bye.